You're paying the kid off of potential.
Yeah.
That he may be great.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets bad work ethic.
You give people all this money before they do anything. You don't put any fire in their backside to go and win anything and earn anything. You're going to get lackluster effort. What's up, YouTube? It's Saturday night. You tuned to Ty's Life. I'm about to be reacting to Michael Jordan destroys load management. Let's get into the video. Let's not waste any time. Let's go.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy.
Flashback.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% all the time.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games.
Wow.
And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. It's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out? Y'all going through all the credit. I gotta be there.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. You know, this is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
Honestly, the game changed, the mindset changed. The NBA is very analytics based. If they think there's a high risk level of that person getting injured and their career getting ruined and getting cut short, they're trying their best to prevent that. Availability is king. But when you have the mentality of Michael Jordan, we have the mentality of Kobe Bryant, you will be able to tell your team, I am playing. You have to listen. That player can take you to a championship multiple times. Teams are thinking that, okay, you're going to be available now, but what if you get hurt and it ends your career? But Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all those guys, just different breeds. Kobe played when he got injured with his Achilles. He played until he couldn't play anymore. But if it's like a twist in the ankle, you best believe they're out there. If they broke their finger, they're popping that back in. Michael Jordan, he's a different individual, honestly, and you can't compare him to players now. You're going to get your feelings hurt. Like, when it comes to mentality, there's no comparison other than Kobe Bryant. You can't compare him to, I don't want to even hear anybody comparing that mentality other than Kobe Bryant and Larry Bird. For those three, it turned into championships. And those two guys, Larry and MJ, were the Mamba mentality before Kobe even got to the league. So the load management, though, yeah, that's different. I don't agree with it, but I think the NBA has it controlled. 65, you have to play 65 games for you to get awards. So they take away from your awards, your accomplishments. That's your career. That's your legacy. It's not adding to the resume. They won't have the accolades to compare to other players like MJ and those guys.
Probably the most destructive force in basketball for the 2020s is no doubt load management and resting guys when they're not injured or even hurting. Load management under Adam Silver has gone from a small problem to the biggest problem facing the NBA. And here's what I simply do not get. These players nowadays compared to the 80s, 70s, 60s, really every era prior to them had the most advantages to be capable of playing every game. They had better travel, medicine, food, everything you could imagine. But despite that, they're playing less games, less minutes, and resting more.
You know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace
yeah,
Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me and I want to shut him up.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Clever on here and he talked about load.
That's that Westbrook mentality. You know, Westbrook definitely got that from that era where it's like, I want to shut up the guy in the stands yelling, I'm going to be out there and play. Unfortunately for Westbrook, it never turned into wins, but you could say in that way that Westbrook had that mentality for sure. But yeah, Larry, MJ, Kobe, those are the guys that had that mentality were actually translated to championships.
management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is. Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of Lowe's management.
Mm-hmm.
It's hurting the game.
90s NBA teams had just a trainer and a strength coach. They practiced more often and harder and played more back-to-backs. Teams now have huge medical and performance staffs and value rest over practice. Yet, injuries and games missed are way up. Something's not working.
Thank you.
For a lot of the newer NBA fans who started watching the
What I was
2020s, they think low.
So what I was even going into, the analytics and trying to control things, it's not even working. There's more players that are getting injured because they're resting too much, because their flexibility is probably on an all-time low, because if you rest so much, your body, your bones are just going to be in that one position, and then you're going to go out and play a game against the best players in the world. You're going to start cramping, your body's going to start feeling a certain way. And I'm sure they have things to like balance that out, but it's not working. Like back in the day, the injury rate wasn't that high. We're doing low management to reduce the injuries, but the injury rate is going higher and higher. Clearly, this low management thing is not working. That's crazy.
Management is a part of the game, built into the game, and should be accepted. For me, I reject it wholesale. It should not be accepted. It should be rejected emphatically by everyone.
Ryan needs to play some
And I want to hammer
games,
this
man.
point home. Why low management is so egregious, because you can look at past superstar players, guys who built the NBA. They played as often as possible. They played through injuries and still routinely played every single game. Yes, injuries happened. Guys had to sit out because they were actually hurt. But very, very rarely do guys tank games on purpose and low manage prior to the 2010s. And look at the data. It backs it up completely. Look at 1990-2000. A grand total of 58 players, I repeat, 58 players played all 82 games. That number is simply absurd. And looking at the top 7, every single year was from the 90s, 80s, or 2000s. That right there is not a coincidence.
I competed hard. I played the game the way it was supposed to be played. I played injured, and I played with a lot of pride. So I owe everything to the NBA.
What is it? Load management? Yeah. Like, can you imagine somebody telling me, we're gonna rest you tonight? What do you mean rest me? It's a game.
Or you coming into the season and going like this, I got 82 games. Count on me missing 20.
No.
When someone says past players, past stars, they were simply built different, honestly, it might be true. As again, looking at that list, 7 separate times in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, we have 50-plus players play every single game. Let's do the inverse. Look at the least amount of players in a single season who played every game. First up, the fewest all-time, 2022. Next up, 2023, 2025, 2024, and in 3 years, in the late
2022, 5 players? Oh, this is getting bad. Real bad. Oh my God.
2010s. That right there tells you everything. Load management at its worst came in the 2020s when it's happening right now. But where it started at was the mid-late 2010s in the Kawhi, LeBron, Joel Embiid type era.
This rest stuff just drives me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
We can't have a guy making $95 million saying, I can't play basketball 4 days a week. And actually, in fairness, most teams play 3 games a week, but let's say hypothetically you play 4 games. You can't ask fans to pay that money for a guy making $95 million won't play back-to-back games.
One of the lost arts for a lot of NBA superstars nowadays is respecting the fans and respecting the game. If you sit out a game when you're not hurt, slap in the face of the fans who are watching on TV or paying to watch you in that stadium. My big-time problem with load management is if guys in the 70s, 80s, 2000s could play every single game more often, why are you in a quote-unquote better, more evolved era not also doing that? The answer might actually be pretty simple. Like I said earlier, nowadays players have it easier than
Don't show
ever.
that guy. Oh.
And that right there might be the problem. Look at someone like Ben Simmons. Once this guy got paid, he checked out, he was done. Adios, I made my money, don't care about basketball. Someone like Ben Simmons,
I genuinely don't understand what happened to him. He was insane. Like when he got to the NBA, he was crazy. I was sure of it that he was going to be the next LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I was sure of it. And then something happened. Like I don't know if he got injured, mentally checked out. He said he had some mental health issues. That's why he wasn't playing the game. I don't know, but something went wrong behind the scenes, and he got a bunch of money and he didn't play for a long time. And then when he started playing, he wasn't the same person. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't trying to shoot the ball at all. He wasn't trying to drive like he used to. He was just passing it off. Oof. That one really messes me up. Like Zion, when Zion's healthy, he plays and he plays well. Like he's probably one of the top players in the league when he's healthy. Ben Simmons, it just all changed. Like I don't know, it was two different players. That stresses me. I'm not trying to stress out anymore, but that stresses me out. I'm not gonna lie. I went to one of his games, and he literally the whole game was just passing the ball around the perimeter. Like, show me something. Like you were so good. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can't really speak on it. I don't want to judge nobody, but I have no clue what happened behind the scenes. But it's like, yeah, you're a basketball player. You're getting paid to play basketball. You got to that point. You're playing it at the highest level. That's in your muscle memory. What happened? What switched? Yeah, but his load management thing is getting pretty bad. 5 games in 2022. That's terrible. That's really bad. Nonetheless, when I watch the games, I'm entertained. But it's the load management thing. Like if I went to a game and I'm supposed to see LeBron play and he doesn't play because he's on load management, I'm gonna be upset. I understand he's 40-something years old, but it's like, yeah, you're still gonna be upset either way. But yeah, the whole Ben Simmons thing, like, it makes you sick to my stomach. I don't know what happened. Hope the man's okay. But yeah. Big switch.
the absolute worst of a star NBA player. A lot of guys aren't that bad, but their overall mindset is still there. That, I might play bad, I might not play at all. At the end of the day, I still have my money. To make a very quick comparison, look at Rocky 3. At this point, Rocky was a champion on top. He was living large. And what happened? He got soft, took his foot off the gas, and got beat down by Clubber Lang. And it wasn't until he basically lost everything and had Apollo motivating him that he once again got the eye of the tiger and would be great and compete at the highest level. Rocky 3, in a nutshell, is the NBA's problem right now with load management.
Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning.
Michael Jordan, the Magic Johnsons, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley's, we earned what we got. When the corporate America came to us, we had a game that could validate their admiration and
sponsorship and all that. Yeah.
Now they get that before they play one game.
Yeah.
So you're rolling the dice to see if this kid's ever going to be good or not.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're paying the kid off of potential.
Yeah.
That he may be great.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets bad work ethic. When you get something so easily, you're not going to work as hard.
Yeah, that's
for someone like Michael Jordan, part of the skill, talent, ability.
I think that's what happened to Ben Simmons. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to. He was working on his game in the summer. We saw it in video, but like, what was he doing when the video was off? I'm not gonna judge, but that's what it seemed like. Just coming up playing basketball, I know the work always shows. Honestly, I know the work shows. Like Nickeil Alexander-Walker right now, if you're watching basketball, he's about to be the most improved player in the NBA right now. He was my teammate in grade 9. I saw his work ethic. I saw it from the ground up. He was very good. He was our best player. He was taking the most shots, but he was also the one that was in the mornings early, pushing us to get to school, to practice, and to work on our body, and to get shots up, and to work on our offense, and make sure we're okay, and he's always putting the work in. So it's like, when you have that mindset, I'm going to get it and I have something to prove, That's Nickeil Alexander-Walker now. He built himself. He went from averaging 9 points to 20 points, 21 points. And is about to be the most improved player in the NBA right now. So I seen the work ethic. I know the work ethic will always show. Like what I saw with Nickeil, it wasn't normal. It wasn't normal. It wasn't like a work ethic like anybody else. It was different than everybody. He put that work in, endless hours in the gym. He had the passion. He had the will to win. He had the will to succeed. He was going to succeed either way because his mentality and that push that he had, and that allowed him to be a great player. So that makes me think that with Ben Simmons, it just came so easy to him. He got the money so easy. It was right in front of his face. Everybody said he's going to be the next LeBron. And then once he got that check, he relaxed. He didn't improve. His shot stayed the same. He couldn't shoot from the three-point line. He got exposed. It got to his confidence after that one series. He played bad in the playoffs, and the rest was history. So, yeah, that's just the mentality nowadays. And that goes hand in hand with the load management, giving players money early. It's just like when things are guaranteed, you're going to relax when you're in the league. But if you're that guy that's in the G League trying to come up, if you're that guy that's getting a bunch of DMPs, as Nickeil was talking about before, and had to build his career, and to make it to this point and be ready for that moment, because the work never stopped. Once he got to that moment of having the green light, he was ready. So I think Ben Simmons wasn't ready to make that push. And that's just the culture of some players. I don't think it's everybody. I think it's the players that get the money right away, get the praise right away before they do anything. And load management over and over again, they turn soft. Their bodies are not ready for the playoffs. Their minds are not ready for the playoffs because they only played 50 games in the season and they don't have enough experiences of what to go through to prepare themselves, and they shut down in the playoffs. Happens all the time. The work will show. Players that are not putting in the work, it will always come to light. I think that's what Michael Jordan's talking about. You give people all this money before they do anything, and you don't put any fire in their backside to go and win anything and go and earn anything. You're to get lackluster effort.
Why this guy is so important isn't because of any of that. Why Michael Jordan is so important, why he resonates, is because of his mindset and his attitude and appreciation for the fans and what they bring to the game. And again, looking at Jordan's era, to play every single game, it was much, much harder. This guy's rookie season, he played every single game, 82 of 82. That year in the NBA, he was one of 40 players to do so. Minutes per game, 38.3, that ranked fourth. Total minutes, he was third, behind Buck Williams and Larry Bird. Michael Jordan from day one was an Iron Man in the NBA. And like I've said over and over again, playing every game back then 10 times harder than doing it in this era, on first-class flights, better medical staff, better training, better everything.
Athletes are better than ever. The pace of the game now is a track meet. I'm going to take 4 nights off a year. I'm going to take one in the first month, the third month, the fourth month. Why not? That's smart.
So if
one way of
guys
looking at it, I
are
guess.
coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you thought about at all since you made the goal?
That's a goal, but we'll see.
The next day, I'm available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
The speed of the game is definitely faster. There's definitely more possessions. It's definitely high volume shooting. It's definitely a lot more running, but it's like that could also even out when it comes to physicality, because you could just be running up and down. That's all you're getting. You're not getting bumped. You're not getting pushed. You're not getting that much pressure on defense. So it might even out anyways. So you're running more. This is just conditioning at that point. You're maybe more wear and tear on your body, but really is it? Because when you have to play against teams like the bad boy Pistons in the middle of the season, start of the season, middle of the season. If you're in the East and you're in the same division, you might have to play them 3 or 4 times. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're telling me that's not more wear and tear on the body than players running up and down and getting more possessions? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would be more wear and tear on your body. Like, you get away with a bunch of stuff. You can hand check, you can push people out the air if you're Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Jordan used to get harassed. Foul, he's getting to the line, but it's like, yo, he's hurt, bro. So, yeah, there's a big difference when it comes to the times now and times back then. And even realizing in this video how bad it was. I knew it was bad, but like, I'm looking at the statistics, I'm like, wow, this is shameful. This is crazy. But I like how the NBA did the 65 game rule. That allows players, like, if they actually want to earn something like an MVP, they have to play the games. You have to play 65 games. Come on. They should strive for 82 games, but it's like, yeah, you should play over 65 games. A 65 game season, and you're playing solid and you're winning for your team, and your team is maybe number 1 in the West or East, and you're the reason for it. Okay. You deserve it. Anything below that, yo, like, you're gonna miss more than 17 games. Like, come on now. Like, what the heck? Crazy.
Stop that right there very quickly. When it comes to LeBron James, the quote-unquote face the NBA, face the 2010s. This is only one time ever to every game in a single season. That compared to guys like Bird, Kobe, Duncan, even Allen Iverson is pretty pathetic. And when the face of the NBA, they're under much more scrutiny and pressure to perform every single night. When LeBron James rests games and sits out, you might say, not a big deal. Only 1 game here, 2 games here, missed a week there. For a lot of players, that might be true. But when you're the face of the NBA, you see the tone of the NBA. Missing games, load managing, trickles down to every player and every team. If you're an average star player, heck, even an average NBA player, and you see LeBron resting, you're going to say, the best player is resting, why can't I? When people like LeBron load manage, they make it acceptable for the rest of the NBA to do so and follow their lead. As if he didn't, I can virtually guarantee the tone of the NBA will be much, much different.
Jordan, he missed 64 games of the season.
That's
and the
fact.
Chicago management did not want him to play anymore. He had a broken left foot. He wanted to play. They said, okay, you can play. They wanted to limit.
LeBron is a leader of the NBA. Everybody's gonna follow. If LeBron is doing load management, teams are gonna study that. Okay, let's see. This is really the blueprint when it comes to longevity. And he has saved his body for years, but it's like he's playing every other game. He might miss 2 games. He might you can't play back to backs. You know what I'm saying? But it's all up to LeBron. It's not as bad as Joel Embiid. It's not as bad as Ben Simmons. I think no situation is as bad as Ben Simmons. But yeah, he's still taking games off. He's getting older, so I get it. Like, he's very old. He's 40 years old. Like, wear and tear on your body when you play for 20 years. I get it, but his situation is more explainable because it's like, I don't think he was really doing that when he was young. It just more so happened when he was getting older. But players that are young that are doing it, that's diabolical. Because it's like, bro, you're 25, you're at the prime stages of where your body should be as a pro, and your conditioning. You should not be load managing at 25 years old. What? So I get it when you're getting older and you wanna play longer. I get it. But you're setting setting an example for the younger players, the younger stars, and it's just like it's ruining the NBA in some way for fans because we show up to games and you're not playing. We come to the games for you, bro. Like, what? Ugh.
his minutes, and they did. However, he had to sit down with 30 seconds to go and the game on the line against Indiana. He wanted to play. The crowd howled, and Michael Jordan put his foot down and said to the Chicago Bulls management, I'm going to play basketball. That's what I am, a basketball player. And they had to back down, and Jordan has played. And one of the great tributes to integrity and credibility in this sport is on the shoulders of Michael Jordan.
When you have someone like Jordan as the face of the NBA, the ambassador of the NBA, people are playing every single game more often than ever. In LeBron's era, it's the exact opposite. If you ask me why NBC brought Michael Jordan back, it's pretty simple. They want Michael Jordan to come in and very subtly change the tone of the entire NBA, as Michael Jordan still has more pull than LeBron James and even Adam Silver. And if Jordan says, guys should compete, play every game, that's going to resonate with everyone, and especially the fans. So that right there is the end of the video. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I was like,
hopefully what the NBA legends are saying now sticks with Adam Silver, and I think it really did, because that rule, that 65 game rule, is taking away from people's legacy if they're not playing 65 games. Like, if you're not going to play 65 games, you're taking away MVP from your legacy. You're taking away all NBA. You know what I'm saying? You could have that on your resume. If you don't care about it, you just care about winning, you're going to play less games and then end up winning a championship. I get it. But you want to also be there for your fans. You also want to build your resume and have people. You have to be a good example for players coming up. And you have to push the game forward, not bring it back. Like, the game is evolving in skill, but in toughness and mentality and in integrity, it's going down, all the way down. And young players have to have a good example. And it's sad, but some players that they're showing now are not a good example. Anthony Edwards, Shea, Wemby, we're in good hands. If those three are the faces of the NBA for years to go by, then we're good. We're in good hands, because they don't take games off. They're playing. They're out there. They're in the field. They have that strong. They have that mentality. They're not gonna let any. They're not any pushovers. They're gonna compete. They're gonna be out there, even if they're hurt. Kind of like if they might play on an ankle injury, but they're gonna go out there and give 110%. They're gonna play defense. They're gonna play both ends of the floor. And they're not gonna just shoot the air out the ball when it comes to shooting threes. They're gonna do everything on the court. So players like that are the players to watch, and the players to follow, and could be an example for the youth and stuff. So coming up. So I think the NBA is in good hands when it comes to those three, and then Jaylen Brown. So I'm thinking about the younger players coming up that's going to be here for a while. So yeah, that was a great video. It was a good video to talk about, just seeing the state of the NBA. Even that enlightened me a little bit, seeing the stats. I didn't know it was that. I knew it was bad, but seeing the stats, it's like, wow, that shook me. I'm shook. I went to watch the Pistons. Cade Cunningham didn't play that game, but I think he was injured. So stuff like that, like if you're injured, I get it. Like if you're injured, it's ideal to not play. But yeah, some people are different. They play through injuries. But yeah, that was a good video nonetheless. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna say a prayer. In Jesus' name, I pray whoever's watching this video, bless them from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. Allow them to be strong in their mind, body, and soul. Whatever they go through in their week, understand that God is the one that will push you through to get through your trials and tribulations. If you put Him first, and if you lean on Him, and if you pray to Him and ask for things for Him to show you signs of what to do, to give you wisdom to achieve your goals, everything will come to light, and you will see it. And once you trust in Him, and you truly in your mind trust in Him, and don't have an anxiety, and cast all your cares and anxiety on Him, things will show in your life, and blessings will come up. And even if they don't come up right away, God's going to test you over and over and over again, to see if you really trust Him, and if you will do anything for Him, and if you will sacrifice your flesh, your fear, your lust, your greed, your selfish ways. You have to be selfless as possible. If you're able to sacrifice all of that, even with the world being thrown at you, with every obstacle, you will still put him first. You still react in a way that is of Christ. Then your blessings will show up. Then you will be enlightened to know that God will do anything for you. And he will show you, even though he died on the cross, he will show you in every way possible. He will have your back. He will protect you. So in Jesus' name, I pray that everybody will cast their cares and anxieties and leave all the stress, anxiety, and all the big problems that we can't control onto God and go about our lives and have a clear conscience. I pray that everybody will keep that mindset and will be pessimists, not will be optimists and not pessimists. So in Jesus' name I pray. Allow everybody to have a great mindset and trust in God. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.